Aloha friends, thank you for your patience. I totally thought today was Sunday and not Moonday, so I thought I was getting this out sooner than later. Turns out I'm getting it out later than sooner. But the energy feels good. It feels like there were some big shifts that happened through the 1221 solstice portal. The beginning of the portal, Spirit's telling me, because that portal is going to be extended now through the end of the calendar year, Gregorian calendar year. And so, but already like big shifts, already a lot that has come through and opened up. It feels like this corridor that we've been in, this in between space. It feels now like almost like they're just showing me like the windows opening. There's a breeze coming in. It's like the doors are ready to open to that new life. And so it's going to be now up to you whether you choose to step into it or not, because we have free will in this space. So I have two cards for you to pick from today. One is from the Kali deck. This will be card 1. And the second one is from the Isis deck. So this would be card number 2. I feel like it'll be a quick little reading today just to give you some insight on the next several days. Go ahead and take a moment to choose which one is in resonance with you. And I'll start today with the Kali pile. If you chose Isis, the timestamp will be in the description. And if you enjoy these videos, please like, share, subscribe. It helps me grow the channel. And the more collective that we get to listen in, the more we actually shift through some of these heavy energies collectively. So, alrighty, I'll start with Kali. I'll find the timestamp for the other. Aloha to those of you who chose the Kali card. This energy is very much like, it's like a phoenix energy is what I'm feeling, because it's really like being able to be in the fire, in the darkness, and having a really beautiful balance between the two. So just showing like, it's like what they're telling me with this drawing is that it's like there is no good and bad. It just is. It just is. Everything just is. It's not, you don't need to do anything. You don't need to force anything. It's allow yourself to be. I'm going to flip it over and see what little messages for us on the back here. So it says, Dharma of Kali, your most abundant successes manifest when you are aligned with your integrity. You do not need to put your faith in pathways or projects that do not resonate with your deeper spiritual knowing. Everything that is happening in your life is part of how your prayers are being answered. A new order is to be established. You are being led into it. Oh, man. So, okay, I feel like everything is relevant. So definitely like even just the sneezing during this session or during the reading is like there's this last little purge that's happening, that's needing to happen to fully step into your power. And what I'm getting, what they're telling me is that it's the being completely in your integrity, whatever that means, right? Whatever that means for you. What does being in integrity mean? You know, I listened to this video the other day where these children the father was asking these children about specific things, and he asked about integrity, and they said it's doing the right thing when nobody is watching, right? And that could be what integrity means for you. And it can also go a lot deeper than that, right? It's the thoughts that you have, the things that you're creating in your mind space. It's the words that you speak. It's being honest with yourself so that you can be honest with others. There's a lot that comes through with integrity. So tap into that. I feel like there is this borderline for those of you that chose this card between, am I really being completely in integrity, or am I still, like, the word that's coming up is indoctrination, or is this just indoctrination? So perhaps it's not even integrity of like telling, okay, this is complicated. They're telling me it's not telling your truth, telling the truth of others. Can you go deeper with that, Spirit, please? So they're saying, like, it may be that in your heart, your truth is different than someone else's truth. And that's valid because of the different frequencies that we exist in. And so they're telling you to be true to yourself and the frequency that you're on, and to stop living the truths of others. Stop trying to be in the same truths as others. There are levels, there are frequency levels for a reason. We're in this space, we're in our vibrations to learn and grow and evolve. And sometimes we're just not ready for that next step. So there may be others that you connect with that are in a higher vibration, and perhaps you see yourself wanting to get there, and your soul is just not ready for that. So they're saying, be true to who you are at your level. And the more truth you are with yourself, the faster you're going to evolve and grow and get to these higher levels of consciousness. And then also being able to discern between the truth of where your vibration is and the vibration of those that are in lower vibrations, and having that discernment of understanding the difference between, okay, so they're showing me like the difference of being in integrity and being like lost. So a lot of the example they're giving me is unfortunately, a lot of humanity has been lost for a very long time. And we see this in like Hollywood, where there's a lot of souls that have been lost in that space. And normally, like a lot of people would judge and say like, oh, how horrible it is that, these that these people that are in that space, do X, Y, and Z. And instead of judging them, they're saying like, they're simply lost souls. And so you don't judge them, but you send them love so that they can rise into the higher vibrations, because where they're at on their level, their frequency, it may just be so low, but that frequency is still truth for them. That's still valid in their resonance. So I feel like what they're trying to tell this pile is to let go of judgment, of all judgment, and send love to those that are in lower vibrations than you, that those that are doing things that are not, in love, in gratitude, in peace. And then to also give that love and gratitude and peace to yourself so that you can rise into the higher vibrations. I am going to pull some tarot from the Dreams of Gaia tarot to go a little bit further, see what's going to be coming up for you in the next several days. So we'll go ahead and just set Kali off to the side here. And we just want to know what's in this space of integrity that you want that. What else wants to come through for, oh my goodness, there's so many. Okay. Your guides are ready to speak to you. Oh, because they're saying they've been trying to. They've been speaking to you, and there are times where you full on listen, and then there are times where you listen and then doubt. And so they're trying to get you out of the doubt. This reading is going to be more of a confirmation for those of you that chose this pile. They want one more, so I'm going to see if we can get one more here. Oh, thank you. Okay. All right, let's see what we got for those that chose Kali. Okay. Woo! Wow, there's so much going on. Okay, I'm gonna replace that. And let's see here. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna start here. The abundance card came out, and yet it came out in reverse. So what they're telling me is there's a blockage here, and this blockage is coming from some choices that you have to make. Like there are things that are coming up that you're just they're asking you to sit with it in the next several days to really anchor it in, and it's going to bring up a lot of emotion. It's going to bring up a lot of things. They're telling me like they're showing me this river stream that's been blocked for some time, and now it's open and things are moving, and so it's getting you back into flow where you can embody this energy of abundance. And it's also setting you like off on a new journey of the Three of Fire. The new journey, which is they still want that in reverse. Yes. Yeah, because you're indecisive right now. There's just showing me like so much doubt and indecision. Like it's like your heart really knows, and when it comes to self, you feel really balanced, and like everything is exactly the way that it like you're understanding that everything happens for a reason. And yet, because there are other people involved, you're having a hard time really coming to this decision, making this choice to step into your new life. Like your new life is ready and available and waiting for you, and abundant. There's a lot that's coming through that just feels really good, balanced, free. I'm hearing the word like free, being like completely yourself and not having to hide yourself, or not having to like wear this mask so that you can please others. Like it's really stepping into your purpose and your power, and yet there's decisions that need to be made, and the decisions are, I'll tell you, these decisions are not easy. These choices that you have they're definitely going to hurt some feelings. I don't know if that's the best way to say it, but there are going to be there's going to be some sadness that needs to be processed through. There's going to be things that need to lift and shift. And so that's where you keep blocking yourself in actually allowing it to happen, because you don't want to be, I feel like you don't want it to be because of you. Like you want it to happen naturally. And they're saying like naturally will happen because of you. Like it still takes some action to get things moving to where they need to be. So the crystal that popped off the table here was the opalite spear, and what I'm getting is that the balance for you right now is between trusting your intuition and trying to figure out where your mind is playing tricks on you, because there are things that are just, you're creating more. They're telling me you're creating more in your mind than needs to be there. So they're asking that you tap into your heart space. The heart was the one that wanted to come in and replace it. And into your like harmonizing your ego with your highest self, so that it's not this ego coming forward to be the protective parent and take care of you. And you can actually make this decision in clarity, so that you can fully step into that next version of yourself. It does sound like it's going to be a little bit of a challenging next several days for y'all. take time to ground and really feel into like they're telling me the back of your heart space. So I feel like some heart openers would be really good for you. One of my favorite heart openers, man, I can't speak, is really just bending over and touching your feet. And that can start with like, you being like leaning forward over a chair, and then maybe leaning down onto some books. And it doesn't have to be like full on touch your feet to start off with, but it's a great heart opening through the back space. And even sitting down, just reaching for your feet, touching your feet, getting as close as you can. You can put pillows on top of your legs and just lay forward on those pillows and let your body continue to sink farther and farther down to where your chest gets down to like your knees or your legs. But those are going to be like heart openers that you should definitely work on. You can look up heart opener exercises on YouTube. That will definitely help out. But yeah, it's really just opening up into that heart space and allowing decisions to be made, and knowing that sometimes the fire needs to come through and burn out all the old, right? Like the natural forest fires happen so that it can wipe out all of the old stuff, so that new life can grow, so that new things can be sprouted. So that's really the energy that you're going to be in for the next several days. Do we have one? They said that's good. I just asked. I thought we had one last card that they wanted to pull, but no, they're saying really just get grounded, and kind of like the energy they're giving me is like rip the band-aid, because right now it's like you're trying to like the reference is like pulling the band-aid up slowly, and it's still like pulling the skin with it, and so it hurts a little bit. It hurts less, right, than just like ripping the band-aid off, but it's still hurting more and more over time. And then eventually you might get to the spot where you just put the band-aid back on and forget about it. So they're saying if you really want to shift into this new life, into this new self, rip that band-aid. Let it hurt, be in that discomfort for a little while, and then your life's gonna shift. I feel like this is really like a life cycle change. So alrighty, thank you to those of you that chose the Kali card, and hopefully we'll see you next week for another Moonday reading. Take care. Aloha to those of you who chose the Isis card. Such a lovely card with the full moon there illuminating through the background. The energy I get from this, it feels very balanced. It feels very like in connection with your highest feminine self, being able to fully step into that part of self, and knowing that you're protected. Like they're showing me the snake up here, that you're divinely protected and taken care of. So I'm just going to flip this over and see what wants to come through from the message. Okay, so it says, the Lunar Queen, there is a deep feminine wisdom that recognizes the importance of cycles of rest and replenishment as essential to balance our actions of power and demonstration. You are asked to allow this replenishment for yourself now, trusting that you are in a cycle of creation that is about to shift into a new phase. Let go and enjoy the process without having to control or force it. All right, so deep rest is what I'm getting from this. They're wanting you to really allow yourself to just, I feel like there's been a lot of processing for those of you who chose this card, and now they're saying, like, let it catch up to you. Let yourself just rest and relax into it, free of guilt, free of worry, free of shame, and free of like feeling like you need to do something, or you like, like the house needs to get clean, or whatever it is. Even just like, I feeling like you want to tap out, like allow whatever energy needs to come through without any kind of shame or guilt, because you've done so much that they're really just, your guides are saying it's time to rest. It's time to rest. Let's see what tarot cards want to come out for this pile for the next several. Ooh, okay, let's see. We want both of those. All right, what messages want to come through for this pile for the next several days? Oh, they're so loose. Let's see. Okay. Got it. Let's see if it works this way. Okay. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh. Okay. All right. So what I'm feeling for those of you that chose this Isis card is there's right now like a throat activation that's happening. So you may have been going through a purification, some like tickling, or even like the energy of not really being able to fully swallow something is what I'm getting. Or breathe deeply. And so it's because there's this throat activation that's happening, and it's connecting it's the connection with your throat and your sacral space is what's coming through, that they want to, like, I'm seeing this figure 8 move from like the top of the throat and then like down, passing through the other chakras into the sacral and then back up. It's like this figure 8 energy that's opening and moving through this space. And so they're saying a lot is being illuminated. They really are. You're ready to step into that next life journey. But what's holding you back is that you haven't been able to completely ground. And so grounding yourself, they're telling me, like, not just in the aspect of like getting out and, putting your feet on ground or eating root vegetables or the things that we do to help ground ourselves, but tapping out of things that unground you. So what do you do that actually causes you to become ungrounded? A big one is any kind of media, social media, television, movies, any of that kind of stuff really pulls you out. It ungrounds you and you become focused on something outside of yourself. So spending some time like in silence is going to be really, really good for this pile. Being just like fully grounded and supported is what I'm hearing. Like, that's what's going to get you to move into this next life cycle that's coming up for you, is being fully grounded and supported by self. So whatever you're doing that's causing you to tap out, it's time to stop. Put the phone down, walk away, get outside, no, I'm like, read a book, but they're saying that's even tapping out. Okay, they want you to be creative is what I'm hearing. Being creative is what's going to shift you in this space. So instead of like picking up something that's going to tap out, like a book or watching television or something like that, it's maybe pulling out an art canvas and painting, or working with beads or jewelry, or even cooking can be an art form. So finding something where you actually are creating something. That's what they want you to tap into, is your own creation. And I'm getting like this is not not like even creating content or anything like that. I'm getting that it's really using using your hands to create something. So maybe you're a musician, a writer, an like I said, like a jewelry maker, or an artist, a painter, you like to draw. There's something that you should be using your hands with to create that's going to help you ground so that you can actually push forth into the next life cycle here. I'm going to pull just 2 more cards. They're telling me that'll help. Okay. Queen of Water. Yeah, they're pointing out the and King of Earth. Interesting. Okay, so Queen of Water, they're pointing out the tortoises here in the water that are swimming, and they're just telling me like this cycle has felt like it's taken a really long time, and it's because you've had so much that you needed to ground and anchor. Like the energy, whatever it is that you're going to be creating, or that you are in the process of creating, is so high vibrational. Like there is a lot of high vibrational energy that's coming through whatever that portal of creation is for you, that it's really needed to be anchored and grounded. And it's almost like the energy is so high vibrational that you're having a hard time you've had a hard time bringing it into the physical. Thank you. So it's like you can see it in your mind, you can feel it, you can completely envision it, and yet you've had a hard time bringing it fully into the physical. And it's because it's such a high vibrational energy that you're bringing through. So maybe you're writing a book and you've had some writer's block. You haven't been able to fully bring it down. It's because of not being able to fully anchor and ground yourself, that it's ready. It's like whatever is coming through your portal of creation, so to speak, it's right there. It's right on the other side of the door, and it's ready to push through to the other side, but it's asking you to fully ground and anchor. So this came up, I think, in the Solstice reading, where they talked about using yoga nidra to fill into your body. And I think that would be great for this pile as well, is actually like filling into your body. And even if you don't do yoga nidra, or you don't want to go looking for it, just take some time to silence your mind and then fill into every part of your body. So like fill your toes, and then fill into your ankles, and then fill into your calves and your knees and your thighs and your hips and your abdomen, and fill into your heart space and your shoulders and your forearms and your wrists and your fingers. And even that alone is just going to be very grounding for you. So really you're ready. Whatever's coming through you, whatever is being birthed through you is completely ready. You've got to get out of this like high vibrational, like it's just such a high energy that they're asking you, like, this is what you're bringing through, and now you need to balance it and ground it so that it can actually be birthed through you. Alrighty, I hope you all have a fabulous next several days, and hopefully we'll see you for the next Moonday reading. Adios.